We're live. NFL show. Connor and Dylan are here. Dylan, what's the laughing for, man? You know what's coming every single time.
Every single time I know it's coming, and it's still funny every single time.
I was getting made fun of it. My mom was making fun of me for it the other day.
For that?
Yeah, for the
Why?
intro.
It's like
it was a
unique as a show. You need something like that.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta have something unique like that. It was kind of making fun. I don't know. She just joshing around with me, I guess.
Grow up, Carter. Why are you still doing this show type deal? You're still doing?
No.
Is that what it was?
No, my mom.
You projecting?
She's busting my balls. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. So did she not sandwich that in with like a compliment somewhere? Like, oh, I really liked your analysis on the Oregon Duck head, or
no,
really like.
I pretended to be offended. I did like,
yes.
the girl looking out the window in the car. Just like I kind of I played offended, and she goes, "What?" And anyhow.
And then what did you still like? Did you get something out of it? Free dinner? Like,
no, I don't remember.
You're gonna have to make it up for me,
there.
Mom.
Then it got into politics. How about that?
Oh, and then all things were right in the Baughan household. Literally.
That was good.
Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you.
That was nice. You'll be here all night. Anyhow, all right, NFL show. We got 2 weeks of football and not enough data points according to Dylan yet. I agree.
Nope, not yet. Week 6.
I didn't prep you guys for this. I want to do it on the spot. What 0-2 team are you buying in on right now outside of the Chiefs? I don't think you can buy. I think the Chiefs is too obvious of an answer. Are there any 0-2 teams you go, look, it's time to buy stock in them right now?
What you're going to have to specify buying stock as in playoff team?
Yes, I think they need to be a playoff team.
I look at the 0-2 teams. I mean, obviously the Chiefs, but we can't say the Chiefs.
They all seem like 0-2 teams.
Yes, the Texans might be the only case you could make against it. Maybe
the Panthers.
I think the Giants. Well, they're winning the division still. Last we checked up on Panthers hopeful. So
I think that's a tough question. You have to say the Texans just because they made the playoffs last year, but you run down the list: Saints, Jets, Dolphins, Panthers, Bears, Browns, Titans, Giants. Are any one of those 8 making the playoffs?
Panthers, but besides
I would venture to say no. So if you're telling me other than the Chiefs, I guess the Texans by default is my only answer, even though I haven't loved what I've seen from them this year.
And we weren't high on them coming into this season.
I'll throw in the Giants. I'll include the Giants in those conversations. Russie, 450 yards, 8,000 touchdowns. The scoreboard broke trying to keep up with how many points he scored. I mean, we got to have the Giants in that conversation. You're not taking any of these other teams over the Giants.
Panthers.
Well,
I would actually
from the Panthers, guys. Come on now.
I'm not even kidding. Stuff. I genuinely would actually take the Panthers over the Giants because you get to play in the NFC South. I'd rather play in the NFC South than in the NFC East.
Bryce did look good once he was down 3 scores. I will say that.
Buddy. You're going to find out. You're going to find out Sunday against the Falcons. You're going to find out. You're going to, the Falcons. It's going to be hilarious. We're going to have this discussion Sunday on the recap show that, J.J. McCarthy looked like trash against this Falcons team. Meanwhile, Bryce Young looks great against this Falcons team. Why so?
Injured. JJ was injured.
But we'll get into that here in a second. I have that coming.
We'll get into it, but here's what I'm going to say. Best quarterbacks ever. Tom Brady, number 3. Jared Goff in a dome, number 2. Bryce Young when he's down by 3 scores, number 1.
I don't disagree.
I don't either.
Just saying that. I'm not saying it as a slam. It's something you guys can hang your hat on. You have the best quarterback under 5'8" when you're down 3 or more scores.
Let me do some mental gymnastics here. Hang with me here, guys. If he's the best quarterback ever when he's down by 3 scores, hasn't he been down by 3 scores for the majority of his career? So that's the biggest sample size we have. So therefore, he's the best quarterback ever the majority of the time he plays.
I'm
back in. Let's move on.
Bryce Young is the only quarterback you want on your team if you have a bad defense.
My other question. What 2-0 team are you fading?
Arizona Cardinals. Not even.
You're on the board.
I think if you want, I'm going Cardinals. I think if you want a contrarian answer,
some might say the Bengals with Browning.
Yeah,
but I think that's kind of an asterisk.
Yeah, I think that's an asterisk. I would look at the NFC, and I would maybe go down the Packers or Buccaneers angle. Buccaneers caught up in some close games down to the wire. Took Young Wei. I say Young Ho. I think I'm still going to say Young Ho. And if he sees this, then we'll deal with that later. Young Ho Koo.
Got plenty of time now.
Yeah, he's going to have plenty of time to scroll through the feed. I would say I'll go Buccaneers. What the heck? I'll say Buccaneers. Fake 2-0 team.
Outside of the Cardinals, I'm going with the Rams. I just think there's going to be some fall off this year. I think the defenses look great, but I just could see, of all the 2-0 teams, I think there might be a little bit of a drop there.
I agree with Dylan. I'm on the Buccaneers train. The late game heroics, is that sustainable throughout an entire season? I don't know. I like the Rams. So Dylan and I talked about it. I think the Rams are a sneaky Super Bowl pick.
They would be great if Jimmy G was playing. Right,
no,
Karter?
No, stop that.
Karter, come on.
Once he's in, then we push the narrative.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
No one mentioned the Colts.
I was about
they're
to say.
legit?
No, I think they're legit.
That's our division winner. Dylan, that's our division winner. I'm sticking to that.
Yeah, that is. Karter, did you have them winning the division too?
No, I had the Jags.
Yeah, 1-1. Okay. Interesting. No one said the Colts. We're all believing the Colts hype. Daniel Jones hype.
In other NFL news, J.J. McCarthy out for the next few weeks with somehow an ankle sprain happened. Did it happen in the locker room post game? Did it happen walking to the tunnel? Where did the ankle sprain come from? Because he looked fine at the end of the game.
Oh, so you're saying that it's a ghost injury? It's benching.
I've seen this happen before to my quarterback. I think it might be a benching.
And he comes back, right? Looking great.
Maybe.
At that time.
Well, no. We're not doing this. We were talking about it all last year, how great Bryce Young was.
Timeout. It was 2 years ago what I'm talking about.
Okay, I was going to say last year we were talking about this whole Bryce Young, Andy Dalton thing, and Bryce Young comes back and he's the best quarterback to ever play football.
No, Bryce Young, they had a pseudo ankle injury. Andy Dalton comes in, plays against the Seahawks, looks pretty decent, and they gave Bryce Young a week to rest and get his confidence back up and everything. I think that's clearly what they're doing with J.J. McCarthy here. I kind of like the move.
I don't know if you pull that cat out of the hat week 3. I don't know. I think it's a legit injury. I don't know when he got injured, but I think it's legit. That feels like a week 7 thing.
Connor, it feels fake, doesn't it?
If my quarterback went 11 for 21 with 158 yards, 2 picks, 3 fumbles, one of them lost, I also might tell him that his ankle's hurting pretty bad and he should probably take the week off.
So is Justin Jefferson going to come down with an injury as well with the defensive pass interference that forced the last interception? Or are those 2 starting offensive linemen? Are those more ghost injuries that aren't playing?
Well, we're going to
blame J.J. McCarthy for 11 for 21 and not having time in the pocket and getting sacked. Then we also need to mention the starting center that went out, and we're also going to have to mention the fact that he's been missing his left tackle all season.
I will apparently that to you.
Excuses don't matter. Never mind.
If Carson Wentz comes in and isn't good, then we can talk about that. But if Carson Wentz comes in and
Connor, we're not doing this because I know exactly what's going to happen. I told Jagan this 5 times today. Wentz is going to come in against the Bengals, throw for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and everybody is going to say that Carson Wentz should be the starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. That's what's going to happen.
You know why they're going to say that? Because look what they did with Sam Darnold last year. You know what, Dylan? I'm going to be leading that charge. Carson Wentz has a
I know you will.
I'm going to be Pied Piper in the front with a torch. Carson Wentz needs to start the rest of the season.
And that's dishonest.
No, it's not.
You know, you're better than that. You know better than to go around parading a 400-yard passing performance against the worst defense in the NFL.
I know we're not previewing that game. Can I just get ahead of something and do a little spoiler alert?
You love the Vikings.
No, this is one of my favorite bets I've had in a long time. The over in this game is atrocious. Why is this only 41.5?
2 backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, that does not matter.
You asked me why.
2 of the most competent backups in the league, I would say.
I wouldn't put Carson Wentz top 5 backup.
Really? I was thinking
think I
more
would.
Browning to be the one left out of that conversation.
I would put Jimmy G over him. I'd probably put Andy Dalton over him. Gardner Minshew's over him.
Tyrod Taylor?
No.
That's when you're getting
Jacoby Brissett?
Jameis?
Jameis?
He's
Jackson Dart?
Jackson Dart, yeah. I don't know. They're all in the same range, basically,
Tyler
right
Shuck?
there. But
Anyhow. No.
Mason Rudolph?
so you genuinely believe this is a real injury?
I think it's a real injury. I don't think you pull that. You don't pull that card after week 2. I genuinely don't.
You don't think confidence was lost in that Atlanta game, and they just look. We need to reset, and you just need to watch some film and take a backseat for a minute.
If confidence was lost in that game, then I think it needs to be. I would be worried about JJ McCarthy's ability to self-reflect, because you have to put up that performance and then think like, okay, I was missing half of my offensive line. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's real. I do think the injury's real. That's what I
joke, but I also think it's real because you know when you wouldn't do this? When you're about to play the Bengals defense with a backup quarterback on the other side of the line of scrimmage. This is the perfect get-right spot for somebody like McCarthy. So for them to, quote-unquote, bench him, phantom injury him before this game, I think that's wrong. If they were playing the Packers or somebody, then I would completely subscribe to that idea. But the Bengals defense is the perfect get-right spot, especially without Burrow on the other side.
Yeah.
What about Xavier Legette? He had a hamstring injury today. Do you think that one was legit? It, quote-unquote, kind of popped up.
You've never been getting up, going to get an extra piece of pizza, you stub your toe or something, and it's like,
oh, with me getting pizza.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking a question. We have to.
Well, okay, let's rephrase that. It could be like, oh, have you ever been up trying to get go get your salad,
ice cream. Oh,
smoothie,
go up, get some chocolate chip cookies,
drinking water,
your toe, you pull something, and I'm just saying things pop up sometimes. But Xavier Legette, that is correct me if I'm wrong, that's an ongoing situation. That's not a 2-week situation. Those were issues carried over from last year, no?
I guess. I don't even care.
He dropped that ball. I think it was against the Eagles, right? Lost the game? Yeah.
Yep. Last thing, and then we'll move on to game previews and everything. Tom Brady in the booth on Monday Night Football. He was with the headset on at the Raiders game and everything, and then he does the weird Saudi announcement where he's selling his soul on live TV in front of America for $75 million to play in some fake flag football league.
Is that a Saudi-backed thing?
Yes.
Oh,
did you not see the press conference?
I didn't see the press conference. I saw the push notification. I didn't know
he
it was
with
Saudi
a Saudi prince in the press conference, being like, "You're almighty. Thank you for these $75 million, and I don't have to do anything."
We might be cooked. Chat.
They're gonna
buying all our sports. They're buying all of our sports.
They got the foot in the door already.
They got in on the Wizards already.
I know.
I don't think unlimited amounts of money could fix the Wizards, though.
Nah, they could toss in $1 billion. That's an institutional thing.
Tom Brady being in the coach's box?
Yes.
Yeah, rules with that stuff. Give me a break. He can do whatever he wants.
Really? See, I think there's
how do you enforce that?
I just don't think
you probably got to figure out a way to enforce it somehow. You can't have him going and doing coaches interviews, but for whatever game he's calling, and then being able to relay all that information back to Pete Carroll. Like,
so what?
You have to find. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I like Tom Brady. I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything about the situation, but it does seem like a little bit of a conflict. Now, when people were trying to make a big deal about him calling games and being a minority owner, I'll hand up. When I saw that he was going to be a minority owner or whatever it was, I thought it was just kind of like, here's the money, do what you need to do, and like, I'm not going to be a part of this. And the fact that he's that involved, I mean, if I don't really care because I'm indifferent to the Raiders, but if I'm a Raiders hater, if I'm a Chiefs fan or Chargers fan or Broncos fan, I'm like, that's a little odd.
Exactly.
So you renounce cheating.
What?
So you renounce cheating.
I'm anti-cheating. I've been anti-cheating.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Very good. I just wanted to get that on record.
Michigan
Should be punished when it is 100% confirmed that you were cheating and it is completely illegal. It should be condemned. Yes.
Michigan man hates cheating. Michigan
Number
men
one.
doing Michigan men things. I think that's the headline.
Number one Michigan man. Number one anti-cheating person. So
Well, that was my next comment, Carter. Are we surprised that Tom Brady, Michigan man, is involved in a cheating scandal like this?
Not really.
Yeah, I think so either.
Dylan, do you
nothing about the Patriots? Nothing.
This is
We're
more
going
of
Michigan.
This is more of a Connor question, to be honest. So week 3, Brady's doing Bears Cowboys. Then the Raiders play the Bears week 4. No conflict of interest there. Nothing like, coaches are talking in meetings and whatnot. Be like, we're liking this little play we got cooked up here, this trick play. I mean, even those little tidbits can matter.
Well, I'll tell you this. Yes, it matters. And if you're a coach in this week 3 game, you said the Raiders play who next week? The Bears?
Cowboys this week. Brady's calling the game, and then the Raiders week 4.
Wait. Let me make sure I don't butcher this. Okay, so he's calling the Bears game this week, and then the Raiders play the Bears. Okay, I see. So look, if you're Ben Johnson, don't give him anything in the interview. It's that simple. You're just going to have to be like, yep, nope. You've got to be aware of this. If you're playing the Raiders next week, yeah, you have to.
But sometimes these guys get to go to practices and stuff. Like,
yeah, there's a gray area with all of this. I guess the NFL is just trusting that, hey, Tom Brady's one of our, figureheads. He's not going to do something like that, right?
I have a way to fix this.
Please.
We just get rid of Tom Brady on the broadcast. He adds nothing to it anyways. I think he's the worst announcer out of all the big-time announcers we have. We just have, I don't know, let's say like Greg Olson come in and call the games and fill in for him. Brady can go do the flag football thing in Saudi Arabia and be a minority owner of the Oakland Raiders or the Vegas Raiders and do whatever he wants. And therefore, everybody's happy at that point because Brady stinks on these games.
Yeah, Brady's really bad on the call. Now, going back to the Saudi thing, Tom needs that money? Why does Tom need $75 million?
I think
the
you'd
FTX thing?
Would you do it too? Yeah, he might have gotten destroyed in the FTX thing. Or, because I don't think the divorce, because Giselle had more money than him in the divorce.
I would like to believe, and I don't know because I've never seen this amount of money, at a certain point, the money means so much less. Like, you have millions of dollars, what's another million?
If someone said, all right, Dylan, if you're already, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and someone said, hey, you fly to Saudi Arabia on a Thursday on a beautiful jet, and then you fly home Sunday, and all you got to do is do some media events, say hello, go to a couple dinners, play flag football for a full day, and then fly home, and they're going to
cut off journalist's head. That's what they do over there.
And then, hey, here's $75 million. I think a lot of people are taking that.
Well, a lot of people are taking that because they're stuck in a cubicle 8 hours a day making 50.
I'm saying any pro athlete. Christian McCaffrey's a part of this.
I don't know. I guess I wasn't really getting it with Liv.
It does feel gross.
It's not even about feeling gross, though. It's like, for Tom Brady, how much does that money really change his life that much right now? I'm sure, what's a bigger house, another pool, another chain? Like, what are we looking at here?
Isn't it?
Another Lambo?
Also, the crazy part is I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on this, I'm pretty sure it's tax-free, too.
Oh, that feels...
Yeah, because
we don't like that over here in America.
Well, something's illegal about that.
No, because all the soccer players that go play in the Saudi leagues, they're getting paid tax-free. So whatever their contract is, that's how much they're getting paid. I would assume it's the same thing with this league because everything's happening in Saudi Arabia.
Do these soccer players live in the States? Caw!
No, I'm sure some of them might, but not full-time. But I think it's where you got paid, though, in these events. Because whenever athletes play, like, road games, they pay taxes based on where they played.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. I find it hard to believe Tom needs the money. Seems a little odd. The owner thing, that seems a little fishy as well. If I'm a head coach, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm giving him something fake. And even if he asks some questions about that week's game, you can change things up before the next week, right? You know, you don't have to keep the same game plan every week.
Yeah, and my other thing is the Raiders stink anyway, so it's not going to end up mattering.
Tied for second in the division.
Turnover-prone quarterback. I know you don't like turnovers.
Gino's bad.
Not to poop on my former employer, but it's kind of the same thing with the whole ESPN and then getting the Barstool Sportsbook and it becoming ESPN Bet. It's like, we're still going to be a reliable source for breaking news and we're going to keep our integrity for journalism, but also go bet $1 million on a platform. That doesn't sit really right with me. I think that's kind of along the same lines.
Does anybody actually use ESPN Bet?
Yeah. They've stepped it up on college football lines this year.
Really?
Impressive.
Do I need to get on this game?
Yeah, and I've got a code for you. Everybody's for responsible gambling until you benefit from it.
Okay. Oh, hey, Adam Schefter, go ahead and put out this injury news. The Hornets are locked in on Scoot Henderson with the number 2 pick. Everybody go bet on it. The odds are minus 160 now. Absolute highway robbery.
Oh, that was good. Yeah. Anyhow, let's get to some NFL games. We got a heart out here, so let's rock and roll. Thursday night football. Dolphins, Bills. Bills minus 12.5, over under 49.5, a 12.5 point line. Divisions. We saw it last week with the Browns, Ravens, and clearly the Ravens just stomped on them. Dylan, you know how we feel, man. If the Dolphins are double-digit dogs, we almost have to take them blindly.
Week 1 was bad. I'll hand up. It was a Colts team that we thought was going to be pretty good. Week 2, they showed a semblance of some life.
Yeah, not on that defense, though.
Yeah, but that's never been what the Dolphins have been known for, if I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's usually you got to come back from behind and keep up and score 40 points. 12.5 points for a divisional game, Thursday night football. Bills defense, kind of sus. And that's something we talked about coming into this year when we did our NFL previews, was like, this Bills defense the last 2 or 3 years has not been what we're used to. Like the 2021 Bills defense is what I think of when I think of the Bills. 12.5 seems like a lot on the Dolphins end. Obviously, you had what's his name? Is it Teron Armstead? Left tackle that retired.
Yes.
I think Teron's how you say it. Teron Armstead. Patrick Paul stepped up in his place. He's allowed the 5th lowest pressure rate among left tackles this season. He's been a pretty good
right tackle, though, with Tua.
Well, yeah, but it's a piece. It's a piece, Karter.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to talk you into Dolphins plus 2.5, and I think that's the play. Thursday night football, divisional game.
2.5.
Did I say 2.5?
I'll take 2.5. How about we take the money line?
Tua's on my brain. We were talking about Tua. 12.5. I like the Dolphins. No official bets, but if I had to take a side, I lean the Dolphins.
I'll go quick
here. Any chance to win?
Oh, what?
Any
Dolphins
chance to win? Yeah, any chance.
Wouldn't be shocking.
I think it'd
be shocking. It'd be shocking. That'd be
shocking.
I like A-Chain props in this game as well. I think he's gonna have a big game, receiving, catch, like all over the place. I mean, this is an A-Chain game written all over it. I just like taking the double-digit divisional dogs. I mean, that's the name of the game. Especially, it's a little bit different when you go Browns versus Ravens, because look, that Ravens defense is very good, especially when you get a 12-point divisional dog against a defense I don't necessarily believe is all that good by any means. And with an elite passing attack at times with this Dolphins team, they can hang around in these games, especially, let's say, we talk about Bryce Young being this elite quarterback down 3 scores. You're telling me Tua in garbage time with this receiving core, down 14, can't get a backdoor cover? I'm taking the Dolphins here. Give me the Dolphins plus 12.5. They're not winning this game by any means, but Bills comfortably win. Dolphins have a fun little backdoor cover.
Let me start here. Dylan, you'll like this. Miami's last in the NFL in EPA per play allowed right now. No shocker there. Through 2 weeks, the Dolphins have a drop back EPA per play allowed of .478. The worst ever in league history last year was .241. I believe that's the stat.
Ooh.
So they're double as worse as they were last year. Yeah, the worst last year was .241. So they're over double what the worst team in the league was last year at this through 2 games. So that's not great. Basically, that translates to the Dolphins secondary is one of the worst units in football, maybe of all time. You can't cover anybody. They legitimately can't cover anyone, and they've looked this bad against who? Daniel Jones and Drake May, who, don't get me wrong, are good quarterbacks, but they're not top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. These are mid-tier quarterbacks that have been toasting this Dolphins secondary, and now they get Josh effing Allen. So yeah, I don't think the Dolphins are going to win this game at all. I think the only way they compete in this spot is it's kind of a shootout. You got to keep up against this Bills defense. This looks kind of lackluster so far this year. This scares me, but I'm with you guys. I think Dolphins with the points is the play here. They're not going to win, but they can keep up against this defense. Now, Bills might score 40 points.
Burned on this one.
Bills might score 40 points, but I do think Tua, Tyreek Hill against this Bills defense, they're going to put up some points. So I like the Dolphins with the points, but Bills to win.
The Dolphins have called pass plays at the highest rate in the NFL this season. Does anyone want to guess what that rate is?
Is it percentage?
Percentage.
68.
Okay. Carter?
69.
Nice. 74.5.
Oh,
74.5% of their plays are pass plays.
Well, they have to. They're losing for 4/5 of the game.
Yep. I'm going Dolphins here. Kind of like
now
over. I hate it. I hate it for Thursday night.
And also last season, A-Chain, I mean, he was catching the ball all over the place, running the ball all over the place. This Bills team, A-Chain's going to have a very, very nice game. Just one.
A-Chain's forced 12 missed tackles on 29 touches this year, 41.4%. Third highest rate in the NFL among players with at least 20 touches.
I do love A-Chain receptions, Carter. I think that's a good call. The Bills D hasn't been awesome, but the Dolphins O-line has 3 players graded below 55 on PFF. So 2 is going to have to get the ball out quick, dump it off, slants, screens, things of that nature. Fantasy-wise in this game, quick minute, I like Tyreek Hill in this game. I think he's going to have a couple long catches.
Cool.
I think Tua is going to be looking down the field. Tyreek Hill, squeaky wheel, gets the grease here. I think he'll have a few long balls thrown to him. And if they want a chance to compete with this Bills team, they're going to have to win in the shootout. So I think they're going to be taking some shots downfield.
He looked pretty
Bills
good against the
safeties
Pats, too.
Yeah, Bills safeties are definitely the defensive players to attack.
I would agree.
Bishop.
Rams Eagles. Eagles 3.5-point favorites, over under 43.5 in this game. The Rams gave the Eagles their best game last year in the playoffs. Outside of that, the Eagles kind of cruised to the Super Bowl. Stafford 0-3 against Philly during his time with the Rams. It's a weird feeling about this game because you go, okay, it feels like the Rams are kind of frisky with this Eagles team, but then you see, Stafford's 0-3 against this Rams team. On top of that, to bash the Eagles a little bit, I'm not in love with this Eagles secondary by any means ever. And if anybody can exploit that, it'd be Matthew Stafford, Dylan.
Yeah, I think I want to go Rams. The one thing that concerns me is the level of competition that Philadelphia has played to this point versus Los Angeles. Los Angeles has had the pleasure of playing 2 AFC South teams where the Eagles have had to play the Packers. Or no, not the Packers, the Chiefs and Cowboys, yes. So I want to go Rams. And I like everything you said about the Eagles defense. We've made this point before that when you win a Super Bowl, you lose something somewhere. Some of those players move on. They decide to shed it from the defense and try to replenish it in the draft. And it still feels like we're at the point of the year where there's learning going on that end. So I'm going to put my schedule worries aside and I'm going to say the Rams win this game. I think they win.
Connor.
I'm going to disagree. I mean, you look at the Rams' defensive numbers. On paper, they're great. They're allowing 14 points a game. They're 4th overall with allowing 258 yards a game. 2nd EPA per play allowed. I think all that's great. They've played to Houston and Tennessee. Those are 2 of the worst offensive lines in the league, and I don't think it's even close. I think that's why those numbers are there. And Dylan, the point about the competition, I think is a good one. The Eagles have played the Chiefs. They played the Cowboys week 1, but that was a pretty good game. They maybe should have lost that. But they played well against the Chiefs last week. I'm going to stick with the Eagles here. I don't understand why I wouldn't do that. I don't know why I wouldn't just take the Eagles in the under. Why would I try to fix something that's not broken?
I think Stafford can slice and dice up this defense quite a bit.
I think they might get to him a little bit.
10% big-time throw rate for Matt Stafford this year so far. 10%. That's double digits.
Was that first in the league? What is that?
I don't know. I mean, I would have to think it is. 91.5 PFF grade. Now, not great when under pressure, but passer rating when clean, obviously much cleaner than, much better than Jalen Hurts. I almost said Justin Hurts.
I'll say this, of the Rams defense, which has been really good this year, the rush D has been the questionable-ish portion of that. They gave up 114 yards against the Texans, 109 yards against the Titans. They've had a little success on the ground, these opponents. I think Saquon's due for a big game here. I think the Eagles are going to play this game to control the pace, control time of possession. I wrote it down here. Philly controlled time of possession, and they beat Dallas by 10 minutes in time of possession week 1 and 5 minutes versus Kansas City in week 2. I think it's going to be those long, drawn-out 17-play drives, Barkley with 25 carries. I think that's the recipe to beat this Rams team. Keep Stafford off the field. Don't let him beat you in that secondary. And that's why I'm going to go with the Eagles here, and I'm taking the under, too. I'm taking the under. I love the under. 45.5. If it's not broke, don't fix it. This is going to be like a 20-17 type deal or 23-17. That's right on the money.
Both of these teams are averaging less than 65 offensive snaps per game, so I do think the tempo is going to be pretty slow. So I don't hate that underplay. Chew up the clock.
And Hurts only threw for 128 yards last year in their divisional matchup. He was sacked 7 times, so it's going to be on the ground for Philly in this game, I think. No shocker.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams here.
They win
really?
Yeah, I'll take the Rams outright. Now I could be burned again because I took the Chiefs last week, but I'm also, I know the Eagles are winning and they've played a higher level of competition than the Rams and all that. Have you really been impressed with the Eagles so far this season? I know it's this whole thing of, but it's the Eagles and they get it done. They've kind of just morphed into the Chiefs like we talked about on the recap show, Dylan, where it's like, they didn't play that well, but they just win. They just win these games. And you don't have to think about the Eagles on 3rd and 4th and short because they're just going to convert 99% of the time, and that's such a cheat code in football. I don't care. I think Stafford has a really nice game against this. I really worry about this Eagles secondary, and if Mahomes had a little bit better weapons, I think it would have been exposed more. Even though that deep ball was there in that game multiple times, Mahomes missed a couple guys. Give me the Rams. I think Adams and Nacua have big games.
Is it more of a, hey, I'm not impressed with the Eagles, or is it more of, they're just awful to watch? Because I think we get those two confused sometimes.
I mean, I'm sure that's a little bit of it. Because, I feel like we'd have that sometimes with the Virginia basketball where it's like, do we really believe in Virginia basketball? It's like, well, they're actually a really good team. It's just that I really don't like watching Virginia basketball.
But what's the problem with Virginia basketball? If a team gets hot from 3, they can't catch up if they're behind. And that might be the case with this Eagles team.
Yeah, and then eventually Hurts is going to have to throw. So we'll see. Give me the Rams in that one. Let's move on. Giants, Chiefs. Sunday night football. We're getting rusty on Sunday night. We might need to chill on the Chiefs primetime games as well. Let's get them back to 1 o'clock. Let's, humble them a little bit. Let's maybe have like Atlanta, Carolina Sunday night football. I don't know. But anyhow, Chiefs -5.5, over under 45.5. Can the Chiefs offensive line hold up against this Giants D line, Dylan?
So it's interesting you bring that up because the Giants defensive line has not performed to the expectations that I have set for it before the season started. So to answer that question, I think yes. I think we need to focus on the bigger things here. What have we done to be graced with Russie on primetime? What have we done as a society to deserve to get sussy for Russie on Sunday night right after Carrie Underwood's telling us to wait all day for it?
Punishment. That seems like a punishment to me, Dylan, for the way society is.
No. This is, I think a lot of people would probably agree the Chiefs on primetime is probably in a punishment as well. But this is a golden rule of the show. Fade the Chiefs is more than a field goal favorite. I think that's all I need to say.
Can I get anybody? Has that rule been applied whenever the Chiefs are 0-2 to start the year? Because I don't think that rule's ever.
Well, we have not adjusted for that start. No, I don't think the stats team has adjusted for that. But wait, that's a positive data point for us. Did you take the Giants?
No.
I think I would actually feel the opposite.
Oh, so you're saying because they're 0-2, they're going to come out with more fire?
It's a sink game. You can't go 0-3 in that hole. It's not a death sentence, but starting 0-3, you're going to want to avoid that at all costs.
This is So the Giants will win this game. This is giving me big Colts Chiefs 2021 vibes. 5.5, 6-point underdogs. They win this game, and the conversations that ensue after Sunday Night Football about the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be gold. Are they done? Are they washed? And it's going to be awesome, and I'm here for it. I love to see it. Russie, I mean, coming off a 450-yard performance.
You're blinded. You've got your sussy blinding glasses on. Yeah, he threw for 450. That Dallas defense couldn't guard a parked car. Karter and I can go out there and play tiki-taka down the field against that Cowboys defense.
Yeah, we could. I could check down.
I'm looking at this defensive depth chart for Kansas City. The front doesn't look very great. You got some decent pieces in the secondary, sure. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Let's talk about who they've played so far. You talk about competition levels. I don't know if it gets more than the Chiefs have had it worse than anybody else in the league to start the season.
I would agree.
I wouldn't disagree with that. Chargers can't run the ball. Pretty one-dimensional.
Play in Brazil, by the way, not even on American soil.
Well, someone's got to do it. The Eagles and the Packers were forced to do it last year. I mean, that's the price you pay of being a dynasty for the past 10 years. Give me the Giants. I think the Giants win. I think they cover. I think they win. And the conversations that ensue about the Chiefs are going to be gold the next day.
Connor, can I paint you a little picture? Because I'm also on the Chiefs side here. I think this is Chiefs get right game, and all is well in the world after, and it's okay. All right, water's wet, the sun shines, cows move, dogs bark. Okay, yeah, the Chiefs win. But let me paint this picture. It's Sunday. Everyone's losing their bets. All of a sudden, it's 7:45 Eastern. People are chasing their bets. What other way to chase your bet than go, well, the Chiefs can't go 0-3. The Chiefs have to win a get-right game. And everybody is going to take the Chiefs -5.5 before kickoff.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Sounds like a great way to win your money back. That sounds like exactly something I would do, Karter, actually.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And give me the Chiefs -5.5. Give me Chiefs.
No.
Sometimes there's no need to get cute. Just halfback dive, flying V formation. Chiefs are going to blow the Giants out.
Hey,
the Giants aren't good.
Let's do this. Let's make Dylan feel terrible.
Oh, no. I don't like doing that.
No, but how do you feel about the Chiefs in a money line parlay?
Oh, Chiefs.
Don't hate that.
Bills.
Pointies.
I was thinking maybe Falcons.
No. I'm not going to do that.
Chiefs, Bills, Lions, Ravens over.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think the other team
is going to get placed.
The other team you throw in here is the Colts, but that might be the trap line of the week. So, I mean, we can get into that.
No.
Giants, Chiefs, give me the Chiefs -5.5. Any other thoughts before we move on?
Same here. Chiefs by 2 scores. I think they absolutely kill them.
Giants win. Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence make Jawan Taylor wish he was never born.
Is Brian Burns even playing?
He's listed here.
All right. Anyhow.
Jawan Taylor, man.
Jawan Taylor. Can't believe he's got dirt on Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
How do we end up with the Giants in prime time in week 3? How does that happen? I feel like that's not a good enough team to be slating in week 3 prime time.
Get it out of the way.
Okay.
Just get it out.
But you could always have just scheduled it later in the year and flexed it out.
It's like when the Knicks would play big time games on TNT. You're like, why are we watching Knicks basketball? And then eventually they got good, I guess. But anyhow, let's move on. Ravens, Lions, Baltimore is a 4.5-point favorite. Over under 51.5. Monday Night Football. If you remember, I feel like this game was 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. The Ravens absolutely stomped on the Lions. I hate this, but I kind of like the Ravens in this game. I don't like how many minus signs I'm taking at this point. I'm taking all favorites this week.
I'm going to go completely reductionist here. We have a 1-game sample size of Jared Goff outside. We have a 1-game sample size of Jared Goff in a dome. And this game is being played in Baltimore. Is there anything else I need to say? I think the Ravens blow them out.
Blow them out.
Blow them out. I'm talking Lions-Bears-esque type blowout.
I do like the Ravens here, but I don't think that's going to be the case, Dylan. You don't subscribe to the fact that the Lions got back on track last week, a little get-right game against the Bears. Like, hey, we're still the Lions. We can still kick ass on offense and have explosive plays.
Narratives aren't just narratives for no reason. They're not just narratives for no reason. If it was flipped and Jared Goff had the good game outside and then the stinker inside would have came first and then the good game outside, maybe. But Jared Goff, we've been pushing the narrative of Goff being a dome merchant for how long? He played 80% of his games inside last year. It was one of their best years, one of his best years. We talked about this guy for MVP through 6 weeks of the year last year. And now all of a sudden we're still seeing the fact that when he has to play outside, it is miserable. Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens. I say big 2 scores.
What about the narrative that the Ravens choke, Dylan? What if this game's close at the end?
I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think there's anything that they're going to choke away.
I mean,
guess
look,
you could say that with
they could choke away a 2-score lead,
with 5 minutes left. I mean, surely that hadn't already happened this year through 2 weeks. You would think.
That's a couple of years back too.
There's no way that's already happened.
I don't care. I have faith in John.
I like the Ravens, Connor.
I do too. The only thing that scares me with the Ravens, Kyle Van Noy's out probably multiple weeks. Marlon Humphrey's banged up. He might not play. That defense, that's what worries me, is those are key injuries on the defense against the Lions offense that really did hit their groove again last week. And that week 2 game, Ravens-Browns, I know the final score was 41-17. There was a lot of weird things in that game. What was it? There was a fumble recovery, a blocked punt, an interception. That Ravens offense didn't just slice and dice Cleveland for 60 minutes. That would be my other thing. They actually got outgained by like 80 yards. Funny enough, by the Browns.
Did coach happen over there?
No.
No, someone.
Do you hear something?
Something I heard happen. Yeah.
Is that it?
It's gone now.
I don't know.
Jared Goff.
I don't know. I wasn't.
Jared Goff inside the dome.
Yeah, must be. Must be.
No,
trying to get a
Dylan getting a little frisky under the desk. I don't know what's going on.
No. This is not the game for that. I need Saints Giants.
I need Ohio State Washington.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to think of an upcoming game.
In all seriousness, Lamar rates among the top quarterbacks versus man schemes. He's number 1 quarterback when they're blitzed. When blitzed, he's number 1 quarterback according to PFF, and the Lions have already given up 7 passing plays of 20 or more yards. That's according to Covers.com. I think it's going to come into play. The Lions blitz a lot this year under their new DC, Kelvin Shepard. I think Lamar's going to be able to evade that, make plays like he has through the first 3 weeks this year. And here's the narrative I want to paint, Carter. You talk about painting a picture. Get towards the end of the game. Lions have the ball, chance to win. Everybody starts whispering. They get the Ravens choker tweets ready. They're ready to fire off the new Ravens record again in the 4th quarter, and they get a stop. Goff throws a pick. Ravens win by 1 score. I got it 27-23 Baltimore.
I kind of like the Ravens a little more than that. I feel like this is kind of the Lions' kryptonite of a team they would play, where it's just absolute domination on the ground and an elusive quarterback. And look, we kind of joke about it. Goff outside is a different quarterback.
These things aren't just narratives because we get bored and make them up. Like there's data to back it up at this point.
There's data points. Anyhow, I'll be quick here because I know we're running out of time. Give me Baltimore -4.5 on Monday Night Football. I love it. Let's quickly talk about some Week 1 things, and we'll do a fantasy thing, parlay pick. Let's rock and roll right now. Kind of talked about it just a second ago, but Colts-Titans. Dylan, you're the Titans guy here. Colts are a 4.5-point favorite on the road in Nashville. Why is this line only 4.5?
You have to think home field's good for 2. At that point, we're close to a touchdown. I think a touchdown's probably fair. The Titans, the story's going to be the same about the Titans every week, right? Cam Ward's going to make a couple great plays. It's going to be something positive for Titans fans to look forward to, but the offensive line is just not going to be there. The defense, I think, isn't awful. I don't think the defense is bad. They weren't awful last year. It's really just going to come down to offensive line play. And the fact that Tony Pollard had as much success last week as he did with this offensive line, kind of shocking. I don't think it's crazy. I didn't take either side, but the Colts, I think, are legit, and the Titans, that's really what you're going to get. Bad offensive line, Cam Ward's going to make some good plays, and as a Titans fan, you just kind of hold on to that, and you're like, oh, okay, nice. So we might have our quarterback, depending on when Will Levis comes back from injury, how he looks. But
I think the Titans, stop that, but I think the Titans are a live dog in this game, and I think everybody's going to the Colts.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Especially the way that they beat the Broncos, even though they probably shouldn't have. And then they looked amazing against the Dolphins. I think people are waking up to the Colts. And I think people are now waking up to maybe Daniel Jones is Sam Darnold. And maybe Dylan was right.
No, they would never admit that. They would never admit that. Never admit that. Not C.J. Stroud either. But
Bengals, Vikings real quick. I know I talked about it already, but we got 2 backup quarterbacks. Over Central. Over. That total is way too low.
If there's one thing you pull away from this game, don't go crowning Carson Wentz as the Vikings starting quarterback when he throws for 400 yards. We're not doing it.
Packers, Browns.
Ooh.
Care to say anything? Anybody?
That might be kind of a weird one.
No.
That might be kind of a weird one.
Wow.
You think it's just going to be Packers cover and win with 2 scores?
I don't know. I don't.
Flacco
might
5
die.
passer rating when under pressure.
Flacco might get killed in this game.
That's probably a blowout, unfortunately.
We might see Dylan Gabriel in that game.
I was about to ask, when do we see him?
Week 5.
Let's go ahead and get the Dylan Gabriel 3 starts out of the way so we can get perfect timing in there.
Yep.
Do we see Shador?
No. Not
at
some
all.
point this season, I think we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I think by the end of
Week 18.
Shooter. Steelers, Pats.
My Super Bowl.
I don't feel good about either of these teams, but Dylan, you must feel great about both of these teams.
I like the Steelers to win. I hate to say it. I might be buying in on Raji.
Oh, man.
I might be buying in on Raji. Honestly, the Patriots defense through 2 weeks has not looked as good as I expected it to be under Mike Vrabel, which is a bit concerning. I do like the Steelers here, and this is going to be one heck of a game. Oh, I'm so excited. This is the game I'm excited to watch.
It's funny because I agree with you. I'm also excited to watch it. I'm wanting to buy into Rodgers this year. I haven't done it yet, but I'm kind of like, I hope they're kind of good.
Jets, Bucks. I think this is another live dog scenario where everyone goes, oh, the Jets, they're done. We don't care about them. Justin Fields stinks. Little do they know Tyrod Taylor's season is happening.
I was going to say, yes.
I like the Jets in this game.
Shocking tidbit. Once they announced that Fields was out, Tyrod Taylor was playing. I don't know if it was priced in already or not, but this line did not move.
I think it should move towards the Jets. I think it should.
Wow.
The clock might strike midnight on the Bucks. Late game heroics, like you guys said.
This is a silly game the Bucks lose. The Bucks lose these silly games all the time. We go, wait, what the? They're losing to the effing Jets right now? Really? And Baker's throwing for like 11 of 21 for 143. And then if they're lucky, Mike Evans gets a miracle touchdown. But
I think you're right. That'll be close to the end.
yeah, I like the Jets spread right there. Raiders, Commanders. Geno sucks.
Are we getting Jane Daniels?
This was +6. Yeah, 2 days ago.
Why is it
Now it's
3.5?
Yeah,
They must not think Jaden's playing. Yeah, that has to be it. That's the only thing I could think of.
Under. Moving on.
Can I give you a fun fact about Geno Smith real quick?
Yeah.
Please.
9 for 26 this year on passes of 10 or more air yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Tough. That's tough if you're a Raiders fan.
That is tough. Panthers, Falcons. I'm not gonna surprise anybody here. I like the Panthers in this game.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
5.5, 6. That's too many points, Carter.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe.
Backdoor Bryce. That's too many points for backdoor Bryce.
Bryce might have Falcons number in this game. Falcons
Is
out.
this
Their top corners out in this game. Don't hate McMillan props.
Is this something you want to hear about your quarterback? Bryce Young has found success on short passes this season, generating 270 yards, 6th most, 4 touchdowns, tied for the most, and 6th highest success rate on such attempts. Do you want to hear that your quarterback is really good at short passes?
I think that's a cherry pick stat because what if you don't have really any good deep threats? Your deep threats.
What if you have 0 time
Hunter
in the pocket
Renfrow?
to throw the ball? What if you have 0 time?
I'm just asking questions, and I haven't gotten an answer yet. I've just gotten clapbacks.
No,
I'd rather him be
same.
good at short passes than not good at short passes.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to choose short or long passes, what do you want your quarterback best at?
Both.
That's not an option. Okay, all right. Next.
Panthers money line. Book it. Texans Jaguars. Honestly, the Falcons should be a 7-point favorite. I don't know what we're doing here. Baughan should be able to run all over them. Texans Jaguars. Jaguars are 1.5 in this game. This is a massive, massive game if you're a Texans fan. You fall to 0-3 if you lose, and the Jaguars have a leg up in the division. I would assume the Colts win. So therefore, you're really playing from behind at this point. This is as close as it gets to a must-win for Houston, to be honest.
You'd have to think a little trouble in paradise, possibly between Trevor and Liam. Liam on the sideline hit him in the chest. Trevor, screw you, coach. I'll throw it wherever I want. I went Texans here just for that exact reason you said, Karter. Gotta win it.
I love it. Give me the Jaguars. Give me the
Okay,
Jags.
you love it.
But
I love it. Give me the other side of what you just said, Dylan. I love what you said. Give me the other side.
Nah, I just don't believe in this Texans team at all. I think they're really bad.
That offense.
Then why'd you love it?
What do you mean?
You told me that you loved it, that I said I was taking the Texans, and then you said I'm taking the Jags, and then you said the Texans aren't that good of a team.
You want the honest answer, or do you want me to say something?
I know what the honest answer is.
The honest answer was,
Filler.
I'm just trying to move on.
Yep. I love it. I love it.
Love it. Broncos, Chargers. We honestly should have previewed this game because this is a pretty big game. But anyhow, Chargers are 2.5-point favorites. Chargers have looked really, really solid.
Justin Herbert, very good. Now, I will say,
shout out, Matt.
Concerned about the fact. Sure. Who's that?
Well, I'm more of a Justin Herbert guy than Madison Beer. That's for sure.
Kind of crazy she pulled him.
That's what I'm saying. Insane. How did she get Justin Herbert?
How did she get Justin Herbert? The Chargers haven't been able to get anything going on the ground. I think that's a concern for me if I'm a Chargers fan. But Justin Herbert has been able to compensate for it perfectly so far through 2 weeks of the year. No pick here, but boy, this is going to be a fun game. A fun game for the top of the AFC West.
Surprises me that a Jim Harbaugh-led Chargers team hasn't been able to run the ball. And I don't mean that facetiously. I mean that in all sincerity. Like, it really does surprise me.
They don't know what plays are coming. When they don't know what plays are coming.
I'm trying to be genuine about Harbaugh, and Dylan's so hurt from my past. No, yeah, you're right. It's weird. Hampton's haven't been able to get it going. Bo Nix looking worse and worse this year. I think I read he's 34th in some kind of PFF grade and there's only 32 teams in the NFL, so that's not great.
Yeah, Bo Nix, Mike, kind of getting exposed. Oh, your film actually matters.
Sophomore slump. It happens.
That's what I'm saying. I predicted this.
It happens.
I predicted this. Anyhow, I like the Chargers in that spot. Too many minus for me, though. Saints Seahawks quickly. Seahawks win this game. Spencer Rattler just plays with the devil and covers this game.
He has not looked awful this year. It hasn't been a train.
No. But also has never won a game.
Never won a game. It's coming.
It's true. Not this week.
Not this week. Cowboys, Bears. Why are the Bears were favored in this game, and now it's Dallas now. It's been flip-flopping back and forth. Why were the Bears favored ever in this game?
I was going to say, I think the odds makers maybe realized that Caleb Williams is still starting, so they flipped that around.
I forgot. They forgot.
Yeah.
Dallas' defense giving up 450 to Russie. Maybe that inspired them.
So you're saying DJ Moore every prop.
Roma Dunze.
DJ Moore every prop. Brandon Aubrey, fun fact, leads the NFL with plus 13.5 field goals made over expected since entering the league in 2023. Weapon.
Love it. Anybody got a side in this game they care about or no?
I like Dallas. I'm taking Dallas in this spot. I was big on them coming into the year. I think they'll beat the Bears.
Cardinals, Niners. Niners are a 2.5-point favorite. Give me the Niners. Mac Jones is going to handle this game just fine.
Blindly taking the Niners here. The money line, it's like an even odds, like minus 115. Now they're 2.5 either way. Give me the Niners.
The Cardinals have maybe had the least impressive 2-0 start maybe I've ever seen. Playing against the Saints and the Panthers, arguably could have lost both of those games.
We'll talk about this game in the parlay.
Oh, okay. That's what I like to hear. Let's do parlay picks. Close with fantasy, and then we'll get out of here. Parlay picks. I'll go first. I've already talked about mine. Give me Vikings Bengals over 41.5. My other pick I had earlier, I was going to put Falcons -5.5 in there.
Wow.
But I didn't want to do that to the podcast. I didn't want any juju. Yeah, I don't want any juju around the Panthers. So let's just go back to our roots. Vikings Bengals over. This is an overreaction line to backup quarterbacks playing. I honestly think it might help.
I'll go next here. 49ers money line was -120 when I wrote this down. I'll take the -2.5. That's fine. Give me 49ers -2.5 against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are getting outgained by 54 yards a game, and they've played the Saints and the Panthers, and they're still getting outgained. That's a major yikes. Talk about common opponent. They both played the Saints. Mac Jones looked a lot better against New Orleans than Kyler Murray did in week 1. That might be a good indicator. And the Cardinals, like we touched on, they're probably the worst 2-0 team, maybe other than Cincy without Burrow, but they just feel a little fraudish to me. I think Mac Jones has a great day against this Cardinals D. I'm going to take a San Francisco money line -2.5, whatever you want to give me. I think they win handily.
Love it. Dylan.
Oh, the New York Football Giants +6.5 on Sunday Night Football. That is like the number 1 or 2 rule of the show. Fade the Chiefs is more than a field goal favorite. Malik Neighbors has caught 3 of his 5 tight window targets this season. Good for the second most yards in the league and 1 touchdown. And guess what? If Malik can't get it done, Russie's proven, hey, I'll just target Wan'Dale Robinson. Hey, go put everybody on Malik. I'll go to Wan'Dale. Give me Giants.
This is an awful pick.
No, Carter, my finger might slip and hit Chiefs -6.
It's fun.
FanDuel has this weird thing where it's like you can't put the Giants in the KarterKast parlay. Weird. I don't know.
Reality check. You're betting on Russell Wilson.
Everybody thought Galileo was crazy.
Maybe Galileo was crazy. Have you ever thought about that?
Catholic Church wanted him dead.
Catholic Church? Never mind.
Yep. Paul, next.
Next.
Love it.
Yeah. Fantasy football. We're doing a quick fantasy football segment. We got to appease the people. So I just said, let's just let loose with this. Fantasy football minute. Dylan, take it where you want to go.
The 49ers. So are you familiar with the personnel, 21 personnel, 12 personnel? Do we know what that means?
Yes.
Okay. Just in case we don't.
Maybe explain it to the listener too, because people might not.
Yes. Yeah, so you give 21 or whatever personnel. The first number is how many running backs. The second number is how many tight ends. So 21 would be 2 running backs, 1 tight end. 49ers ran 21 personnel on almost 53% of plays in week 2 during the first 2 drives. Once Juszczyk was injured, they went straight to 12 personnel and did not look back. If you want a sleeper this week, maybe anytime touchdown scorer, I think someone that's going to get a little bit more usage with Kittle out, look at the tight ends, Tungs and Farrell. 2 guys that I think are going to benefit from more of the 12 personnel if Juszczyk does not play this week. So that's what I'm saying. So, San Francisco 49ers backup tight ends.
Is it Tongas or whatever? He caught the game-winning touchdown from Purdy.
Yep.
Yeah, so I like that.
Yep. That's one of my bits.
Connor, fantasy football.
A couple honorable mentions here. Just big-name players I think are going to have a huge week. Lamar versus Detroit, Saquon against the Rams, Tyreek versus the Bills, games we touched on. I think all those 3 guys are probably pretty good bets this week. Bucky Irving versus the Jets would be the one I want to point to here. The Jets gave up 224 rush yards last week to the Bills. James Cook had 132 of those for 2 touchdowns, averaged 6.5 yards per carry almost. Bucky Irving hasn't had a great game yet this year. I think this week against the Jets is the breakout game. I think in 3 of his last 6 games last year, he had 120 yards or more, or 113 yards or more. Yeah, 3 of his last 6. He's due for one this year. I think that Jets defense I think game script-wise, we're going to be okay with Bucky Irving getting the ball here. I think that Jets defense or the Jets offense is going to keep this game close, and you're going to see a lot of Bucky Irving with the Bucs. So I like him this week.
I love it. Mine's a little bit more of a sleeper pick. If you're in a 10-man, 12-man league and you're struggling with running backs, this is your guy. Tyler Algier against the Carolina Panthers is who you need to go after. The BYU Cougar. If you're in a deeper league, Tyler Algier is the guy. Tyler Algier against the Carolina Panthers last season, 9 rushes, 52 yards. Then he played him again, 18 rushes, 105 yards, and a touchdown. His stats so far this year
real quick.
What?
Was that week 18? Did they play each other week 18 last year?
Week 18 was 9 rushes, 52 yards. The other one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Anyhow, stats so far this year, he's had double-digit carries, in both of their games so far. He also had 76 yards and a touchdown against the Vikings. He's going to get plenty of usage against this horrific Panthers run defense. Tyler Algier's the play here if you're in a deeper fantasy football league or you're desperate for running back help. Go after him, especially also if you have Baughan, you need the handcuff of Tyler Algier. Can also be a little fun flex play for you there as well. Tyler Algier, book it.
I love that. I wrote down any running back versus the Panthers, so that lines up perfectly.
Bijan Robinson versus the Carolina Panthers, 265 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in 2 games last year.
Yep, there you go. Just play Bijan rush and receiving yards, play Algier rush yards, over on the carries, whatever. They're going to be running the ball all day and night on this Panthers defense. I love that.
Can I go some quick hits here? Quick hits?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Only one wide receiver to play every single snap this year. Any guesses? I tweeted it out.
Go for it.
Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, the only wide receiver to play every snap. The top 2 wide receivers in routes ran per game, Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy, both on the Browns. They both
That makes sense because they're playing from down 400.
Yep, and a little bit of cardio work with Joe Flacco back there at quarterback. Malik Neighbors leads wide receivers in targets per game. No surprise there. This one I found interesting for tight ends. Jawan Johnson leads tight ends in playing time, routes ran per game, and targets per game. Tied for second in red zone targets. So it's pretty clear.
He's getting a ton of looks.
And
He has
Spencer
been a
Rattler
safety
loves
blanket.
Jawan Johnson.
Yes, he has been the safety net this year for Spencer Rattler. I can't help but think that Kellen Moore has something to do with that. Pro Panthers stat, Jatavian Sanders, top tight end in red zone targets this year.
Rob, there's an issue with that stat, though.
Targets
Plus he has oven mitts. He doesn't wear gloves. He wears oven mitts when he plays football.
It's because his receptions are they're just that hot.
Just
Ball's coming in from Bryce Young too hot.
They just
Bryce
bounce
Young's
off his hands.
hard. It's a bullet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe need to get some defensive linemen oven mitts too, though, if that's the case.
I think we need I don't know, a lot more than that. But anyhow,
I got
anything else? Yeah, go for
I
it.
got one more. Rome Odunze versus the Cowboys. This might be an obvious one. Been Caleb Williams' favorite target this year. They're playing a Cowboys defense that just let Russell Wilson throw for 450 yards. Look at the numbers from that game. Neighbors had 9 catches, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson, 8 catches for 142 and a touchdown. Rome Odunze has been his favorite target this year. I think that game's going to be a higher scoring game. Caleb Williams is going to be throwing the ball a ton. I like Rome Odunze big this weekend. Sleeper in that game, Luther Burden, anytime touchdown. Calling my shot. Luther Burden, anytime touchdown. Calling my shot.
This isn't even a sleeper pick or anything, but if you have Jordan Mason in any of your leagues, now that Aaron Jones is out for a few weeks, Jordan Mason is just going to have a day against the Bengals, especially with Carson Wentz at quarterback. Come on. Jordan Mason's going to run for 120 yards and maybe a touchdown or 2.
I can wrap up from my end with a quick running back thing. This is probably more of like a daily fantasy or an underdog thing because he's probably already taken in like week-to-week leagues. But Tony Pollard, averaging 53 snaps a game, 4th most per game for running backs, 14 missed tackles in week 2, the most by a player in a game since week 12 of last season. I think it was Josh Jacobs. The Colts allowed 78 rushing yards on 12 carries by the Dolphins and 118 yards on 24 carries against the Broncos. Ever since Tyjae Spears injured himself in preseason, Tony Pollard's been the workhorse. And even though the offensive line is bad, it does seem like they still want to go to the run game, at least keep him on the field. So, Tony Pollard.
I love it. I love it. That's it from us. Download the SeatGeek app. Use code KarterKast. $20 off your first purchase. $50 minimum purchase required at KarterKast and everything. Connor, do you have something else before we go? You look like you had something. All right.
Great show. I actually did have something else. Great show, guys. I am very excited for another weekend of football, and I think our shows have been hot lately, firing with the content.
And that's why you need to hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. 5-star review on Apple, Spotify. We'll see y'all next time.